Highlighters are important. Mark my words. That one comes to you from Matthew. Thank you guys for sending these in and commenting them on my videos because I'll be honest, I'm running out of websites to use to find these ones. What's going on, YouTube? So today, exciting news because not only is it time for the Tuesday vendor, it is also time for exciting ESO positive update time because ESO has released a challenge throughout the month of March, and I already love this. And let's break it down here. Let me move myself here so you guys can get a full picture because Orcsinum is now free, totally 100% free. And if you do different things there, you get rewards, and I love this. So if you complete the world bosses there, just kill all the world bosses, you get 3 costumes. Costumes, it'd be decently exciting. But then, if you complete the main story quest, you unlock an amazing looking mount. And I'm just going to say it, I think this is great. A lot of people will say things like, oh, this should have been done sooner, or oh, this should have been what was there all along. But look, you can only take steps to make things better one step at a time. And this is an amazing step forward. I think they should be praised for this because this is what I love. I love main story quests, and you would not know how many people that I talk to about ESO all the time. It comes up quite frequently when you do content creation for it, and they don't even play the main storyline. So actually getting a cool mount for doing the main storyline gives people like me the ability to talk about quests and what we thought about it, and it gives them the ability to get a mount, and hopefully it gets them hooked on some of the storytelling because I will be honest, the storytelling, to me at least, is pretty incredible. And now back to our regularly scheduled program because it's Tuesday, so we have our Tuesday vendor flip inside of the Infinite Archive, inside of Apocrypha. But just a reminder, it's a free vendor. You can go here anytime, any place. Just get a fast travel to it. And you go over here to Filer, and he's going to have an assortment of different things for you. And let's break down if anything is worth it for you to purchase. This first lead here, which is going to run you about 5,000 archival fortunes, and a soon guide to be made by me as to how much you can get, how to make money with your archival fortunes soon. So you need to do some more testing here on different characters, but this is going to actually give you access to a skin, but the normal way that you get it is just by killing a world boss in Vardenfell. But if you do it, and this is thanks to Arzurl here, because this is the best photo I could find, you get this body marking. A lot of people hate body markings because they think that it's not skins, and I somewhat agree, but I also disagree because a lot of people don't realize that you can combine body markings and skins to get really cool differing effects. So if you have cool body markings, experiment with cool skins and you might be able to get some cool results. For example, skins that make you glow different colors could go well with this because now you're glowing in different ways, overlaying your body markings. So give it a shot. It's definitely a cool thing to experiment with. This next one is one that I find myself unfortunately recommending to you, but I think it's just so important for me to recommend it because of how OP the item is and how terrible it is to get this lead. This lead might physically be impossible for you. What do I mean by that? Well, you have to do jewelry surveys. Well, if you don't have jewelry surveys, you can't get the lead. So therefore, buying this would be your best bet. If you have a few jewelry surveys, I would suggest doing those and seeing if you get this lead. And then if you don't, you probably want to pick this up. Why do I suggest that you pick this up? You might be asking, and the answer is very simple. It is one of the best in-slot mythics in the game. When it comes to PvP, which is going to have its own Q4 update, this thing is essential. What do I mean by essential? I mean that pretty much the best players are running it. It could give you a whole breakdown guide on it. I'm actually one of the players using the Sea Serpent's Coil in my PvP builds, and I remember absolutely suffering when I needed to get this writ, and I had to go through and get a bunch of jewelry surveys. It was painful, but thankfully I was able to get it, but a lot of my friends were not, so this is their free opportunity to do so without having to try to get more jewelry surveys, which if you had to grind for jewelry surveys, there's no guarantee that you're going to get those in any quick way. And then if you do get a couple, there's no guarantee you get the lead. Skip all that, buy this. Next one, we have the Nazare Mask. Now again, this is the equivalent of you buying a rare item because you're going to use it. You can't resell this to make any sort of gold off of it. This item here is worth a pretty good chunk of money. It's a couple million on PC, a couple 100,000, almost $1 million on console, depending on the markets and so on. It looks cool, gives you a very nature-esque feel. I do think that the polymorph that turns you into a tree ant kind of devalues this slightly, but overall, it's still a great one in my opinion for you guys to pick up and do. East March for treasure maps is a skip. Unfortunately, nothing excites me from East March in that I'm not going to suggest anything to you from the East March region that would either be able to be resold, used for yourself. No motifs there are going to really net you any sort of money. Fortunately, this one's a skip. Same with equipment weapons. Now, why do I think it's worth skipping weapons and not things such as jewelry? And it's actually quite simple. Jewelry, you're guaranteed to get a ring and a necklace. You need a ring and a necklace, right? Any companion you're trying to build, you get something that you need, a ring and a necklace. You might get a shield, and you might not need a shield. You might get a healing staff. You might not need a healing staff. But then, on top of all of that, you have to get a decent trait. So you might get the trait that you want on a weapon that doesn't work for you, or vice versa. So your odds of getting something that you want are actually pretty slim. So generally, I don't suggest gambling with equipment weapons specifically. And for some reason, the weapons are usually not as expensive on the open market as well. Then we skip over the books. They look great. I love me some books. Not going to buy them, though. We have the Cartographer's outfit, which has returned again. And we have the Erroneous Archival map, which has returned again. We've talked about these probably 5 times now. I don't want to take up too much of the video because we've added in what's going on. With the excitement of the month of March being Orcsinum, and then we have the Hag Raven Matron, which we always recommend skipping. But Jake, cards are great. If I could go out and add something really cool to my Yu-Gi-Oh deck or my Magic the Gathering deck, shouldn't I be doing that if I'm a Tales of Tribute grinder? Well, maybe, but here's the problem. If you get a good card, you have to remember the decks are mixed together. So if I have really good cards and you've got shit cards, the odds of me getting a good card is the same as you. So going out and grinding these things for 4,000 Archival Fortunes is not building you an advantage. To some extent, I like that. I think it adds a lot of flair to the card game. A Magic the Gathering could learn from this in the real world because decks there cost thousands of dollars. So I think it's great that you can get cool cards and then it doesn't give you an advantage. It makes it, this game out a little bit more flair with some better cards on there. But it also doesn't make it worth it to then grind those cards because your enemy can get access to them. If you've not played Tales of Tribute, what I'm saying probably makes absolutely no sense. And unfortunately, it basically just, imagine all the decks get shuffled together. You and your opponent have access to the same amount of cards. So they could get your cards, you could get their cards. The easiest way to explain it without giving a whole spiel on Tales of Tribute. But overall, that's why I just suggest skipping these, and you're going to get a bunch of these anyway. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and obviously, I'm just super excited about everything that's been going on. And if you were confused as to where to go to get all of those bits and bobs and pieces, you're going to be able to find them inside of your featured area here. But you're going to see too that I have not met some of the requirements, but I have completed the main storyline. So I am going to claim this here bear. I'm actually kind of confused as to which ones I've not met for this, but I've gained access to the bear. Very excited for this month. Question of the day: if you could do this for any other zone, keeping in mind that the mount and the clothes are going to kind of be in line with the theme there, what zone would you pick? Would you do something Somerset-y? Would you think maybe something Fargrave-y? Maybe Deadlands, as Fargrave? What area would you like a mount, and would you like costumes to be represented of if you then also had to do the main storyline and defeat all the world bosses there? Personally, I think it'd be really cool to do something like Somerset, because the Sigic Order to me is really cool, and I think that storyline is fantabulous, and I think you guys should all do it. Let me know in the comments below. That'll be the question of the day. To enter our 3 giveaway drawings, answer that question in the comments below. Be sure that you're subscribed. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Huge milestone. And the third thing is every month I'll post 1 Amazon gift card code on one of my videos just for you lovely juvelies, because I love you all. And it's my way to hopefully gain higher retention on videos. So thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.